Greetings, tutor. My name is Arianna Isabel, Padilla, and today I'm going to be the moderator, and at the same time, I'm going to do my presentation, and we are going to do the debates about the theory analysis report from the phase two. So the theory analysis report is is where I observe three classes to connect second language acquisition and theories with real classroom practices. So I'm going to start by telling you the key theories in SLA. So we have the learning happen through social and interactions and scaffolding. That's something that is common among all the classes, including virtual and physical classrooms. So comprehensible input supports natural language acquisition, repetition, and reinforcement help in language learning. So the repetition is something very important because when it comes to teaching the pronunciation and remember the topic that we are discussing is important the repetition. So we have current trends in language acquisition, the use of multiple language to aid learning. For example, translanguaging. That is something that in the classes that we saw, not only the ones that I analyzed, so the ones in general, we can see the teachers going from Spanish to English to explain the context in the real or the language that the students speak. So we have the digital tools for enhance engagement and keep the momentum in the classroom to the student for not to feel too bored when it comes to explanations and too much grammatical use. So we have cognitive factors in language learning. We have the learning strategies help retaining new knowledge, as I said before. The strategies are very fundamental when it comes to teaching because they are the ones that will help in how we are going to approach the teaching and the learning. So we have social and emotional influences. As I said before, anxiety reduces participation while support environment enhance learning. When it comes to the anxiety, we can see that when it comes to learn a new language, students can be very shy, awkward, or fearless when it comes to that. So social interactions, learning through collaboration and for modeling enhance social and emotional skills. We do in these classes or phase that we work with our partners that help to socialize and at the same time we learn to each other because not all of us have the same mindset when it comes to a lot of topics and social topics. So we have contextual and cultural factors. Learning is influenced by the environment, as I said before. If the environment is too heavy for the students, it's very obvious that the student will not participate. At the same time we can have a lot of insecurities and low self-esteem to work in the environment. Some students in high and long context culture rely on indirect cues while others need explicit instruction. When we can say with that is that as I see in a class before, the students with the cultural and knowledge that they have, they can also learn because as I in a class that I watched for this presentation. So educational challenge, low student participation, as I said before, this is one of the problematics that is very common among all the classes, not only virtual but in physics classroom as well. And we have to talk and provide solutions, for example, gains, positive reinforcements like praising the student for the little things that they achieve. That is very important to then to have a lot of confidence. So the conclusion, theories help, SLA theories help explain and improve real world teaching practices by demonstrating how key trends and cognitive functions and emotional factors influence language learning. So this is a very important and is a topic that can it's impossible that is not in the environment. of the teaching in classroom. So we are going to pass to the next presentation.
Okay, hello, my name is Lauren and today I gonna talking about the theory, my theory analyze report. Okay, introduction and the process of acquiring a second language is influenced by various cognitive, social, and cultural factors that shape the learning ability to understand and use the new language effectively. Okay, the key theory of foreign language acquisition on we have a three key sociocultural theory by Vygotsky, and in English class number 10, the teacher spoke in English but clarified concepts in Spanish. Crash and monitor model in inbuilt class number 11, the tutor encourage oral productions, allowing a student speak speak and describe themselves. And three is implicit and explicit learning theory. In inbuilt class number 12, students design didactic activities to teach reading and listening comprehension. Okay, to current trends in language acquisition, for me, use the in artificial intelligence and digital resource. In inbuilt class number 11, the tutor presents support videos that showcase in English phrases naturally like native. To multilingual approach and translanguage, the alternation between English and Spanish in inbuilt class number 10 illustrate the practice and translanguage. Uh, the cognitive factors in language acquisition, the memory and information processing are key in second language learning. And social and emotional influence help a student feel comfortable speaking. The use of game reduce the anxiety and the affective filter. Conceptual and cultural factors in inbuilt class number 10, explanation in the native language helping the student contextualize learning. Problematizing an educational situation to increase oral production in virtual environments such as debates or role-playing activities. My conclusion about this theory report is the analysis of second language acquisition theories and their application in virtual learning environments highlights the complexity of language learning and the use in implicit or explicit learning strategies in enhancing compression and language production. Thank you.
So, hello everyone, my name is Karol Suarez, and this is my theoretical analysis report. Introduction. The theoretical foundation in language acquisition are based on different approaches that explain how human beings learn and development a new language. These foundations are key to understanding how the student process a new language and how effective teaching strategies can be designed in face-to-face and virtual environments. Key the theories of language acquisition. Behavioral learning based on reinforcement and repeat, innate things, innate ability to learn language, sociocultural, and crisis monitor model. current trend in the acquisition of language, neurocognitive approaches, brain process in the acquisition of language, multilingualism and translation, use of several languages to improve learning, artificial intelligence and data analysis, customization of learning with the technology, practical example on the use of AI and language teaching platforms. Cognitive factors. Cognitive factors play a fundamental role in the acquisition of language, since they affect the way students process, store, and recover linguistic information. Social and emotional factors. Social and emotional factors influence the acquisition of language science that affect motivation, trust, and interaction in the learning process, while social interaction, motivation, and exciting effective filter. Problematization of an educational situation. One of the main challenges in language teaching in virtual environments is the lack of active participation of the students. This may be due to several factors such as the lack of confidence in their linguistic skill and the lack of face-to-face interaction. Strategies to improve interaction. To promote active participation in virtual classes, it is essential to implement dynamic strategies. Gamification, use of linguistics convenient challenge to encourage language practice, collaborative work, implementation on the various STEM projects and discussion, and internet platform, use of digital tools and question forum to boost participation. Creation of safe environment, foster environment in which students feel comfortable to express themselves without fear of making mistakes. Okay, this is my conclusion. The analysis carried on this presentation allow us to understand the application on various theories of language acquisition. In that Ben vision the factors such as social interaction, motivation, feedback, and fundamental to effective learning. Thank you so much.
So now that we ended the presentation, we are going to pass to the other topic that is the problematic that we are going to choose for the report, the new report, the proposal that we are going to make. So, Lauren, what is your take? What is the problematic that you find interesting to work on?
Okay. And of the problematic in my project personal, learning English online can be hard, especially speaking. Many students don't get enough practice, so they feel shy or nervous. This project will help students speak more by using fun activities with technology and teamwork.
And Carol, the same question. And what do you think is the best problematic to work on?
For me, the proposal on the companion Laure is perfect to ensure effective learning in student. It is important that they participate. And this simulation the students and help develop communication skills.
Well, and we are going to pass to the questions after we pick the problematic that we are going to be working on. So, what innovative English learning activities do you propose to address the identified educational challenge? Lauren, what can you answer?
Okay. To get the students speaking more in virtual class, we need activities that feel real and engaging. Role-playing everyday situation like job interviews or ordering food helps them practice in a natural way. And another fun idea is collaborative storytelling, where students create and narrate stories together. Having them record short podcasts lets them practice speaking in relaxed, creative way. Podcasts.
Yes, that's true. So, Carol, the same question. What can you tell us?
For For students to participate in classes, it's necessary to include didactic activities that achieve their attention. The important this is to make them participate in improvisation challenges, which they make it debates about something they like in natural thing.
That's true. So the next question, what specific resources, including digital tools and material, do you propose to utilize to support the implementation of your proposed activities?
Okay, there are so many great tools to make speaking practice easier. Zoom and Google Meet or Teams work well for live discussion and breakout rooms. Fleet is great for recording short video response and getting feedback. I chatbots and voice assistant lets students practice conversation without pressure. For some fun, interactive learning platforms like Kahoot or Quizzes keep students engaged.
Carol, what is your take in this question as well?
Okay, so these activities can be developed directly with the students in online class, such as Teams. Support material can be used, such as presentation. In Canva, that help students in their presentation. In Padlet, so that the students organize their ideas before presenting themselves.
So the next question and the final one, what methodologies do you propose to use to assess the impact of your proposed activities on language learning outcomes? Lauren, what can you tell us?
Okay, assessment isn't just about grades. It's about helping students see their progress, and one way is to record their speaking before and after activities to track improvement. Using rubrics can help evaluate fluency and pronunciation. And most importantly, asking students how they feel about their confidence in speaking give us evaluate insight into their learning experience.
Carol, your question also had the same question for you. What can you tell us?
Um, they can be made in relation and how they managing to express themselves. If they had freeze and they had the conversation, they show more confidence. Also includes self-evaluation with how did you feel? What can they do to improve it? Do you feel more confident?
That's true. So the final conclusion for this debate, what is your take in the final?
Okay, in conclusion, encouraging students to speak more in virtual English class means going beyond traditional methods and making learning feel authentic, fun, and supportive in daily life. The shy or nervous to speak English with another person.
Carol, what about you? What is your conclusion?
My conclusion with active participation in is not only essential for academic learning, but also for the development of essential skills into their work. In class interaction,
The microphone is off. The microphone is off.
I'm so sorry. Therefore, promoting participation not only benefits students in the trading, but prepares them to face the challenge on the future.
That's true. So to complement all the things that my partners I say at this point, I think it's very important to apply all the things that we can learn and strategies that we can improve or implement to the students in the future, utilizing or using all the tools that we possess to nowadays. So I think that's important, and I think this is the end of all. So we can end the meeting and the debate. So we hope that you can learn about the things that we have talked today. So bye bye. See you next time.
Bye.